Watch until the end, because one small detail in this moment can change everything. The energy inside the stadium was already at its peak. Tens of thousands of armies filled every seat, every aisle glowing in synchronized waves of light. BTS had once again proven why their concerts are not just performances, but global events that blur the line between music and shared emotion. But on this particular night, something unexpected unfolded, something that no stage production or rehearsal could have planned. As Jimin stood under the spotlight, his presence commanding yet effortlessly warm, the atmosphere shifted. Known for his charisma, humor, and undeniable vocal power, Jimin has always had a unique way of connecting with fans. But what happened next turned a routine concert segment into a moment that would ripple across social media within minutes. In the front row sat an older couple, visibly out of place only because of their age, but entirely at home in their expressions. They weren't just spectators. They were immersed, smiling, holding hands, singing along in a way that suggested this wasn't just a casual outing. Cameras briefly caught them, but no one expected what Jimin noticed from the stage. Mid-performance, Jimin paused, not dramatically, but just enough to signal something had caught his attention. The music softened. The crowd quieted in curiosity. Then, without hesitation, he stepped closer to the edge of the stage. Security tensed. Staff exchanged glances. But Jimin, calm and focused, gestured toward the couple. The reaction was immediate. Armies began to scream, sensing something special was about to happen. And they were right. Jimin carefully made his way down, closing the distance between idol and audience. For a moment, time seemed to slow. The couple looked stunned, caught between disbelief and overwhelming joy. Then, in a gesture so simple yet powerful, Jimin reached out and embraced them. It wasn't rushed. It wasn't staged. It was real. The crowd erupted. Phones shot up, capturing every second. The hug lasted just long enough to feel genuine, long enough to make the entire stadium feel it. And then came the second surprise. Jimin handed them a small, carefully wrapped item. No explanation, no announcement. Just a quiet, meaningful exchange. Back on stage, Jimin smiled, slightly shy as the cheers continued to echo. But the moment didn't end there, it only deepened. Across the stage, the other members reacted in their own ways. RM watched with a thoughtful expression, clearly moved by the spontaneity of the gesture. J-Hope clapped with genuine excitement, his bright energy amplifying the emotional weight of the moment. Jimin's eyes softened, his smile reflecting a deep appreciation for what had just happened. V leaned slightly forward, as if trying to take in every detail, while Jungkook, ever observant, nodded subtly, recognizing the sincerity behind Jin's action. SUGA, though more reserved, showed a rare hint of warmth in his expression. This wasn't just Jin's moment, it was BTS's essence, captured in a single act. As the performance resumed, the energy shifted once again, but something lingered. The audience wasn't just watching anymore, they were feeling something deeper, something personal. And somewhere in the front row, two fans held onto a memory that would outlast the music itself. What made Jimin choose them? Why that couple, in a sea of thousands? That question would soon become the center of an even bigger story. Watch until the end, because one small detail in this moment can change everything. As the concert continued, clips of the interaction were already spreading online. Within minutes, hashtags began trending. Fans across the world replayed the hug, analyzing every second, every expression, every subtle movement. But one detail began to stand out, something that transformed the moment from emotional to unforgettable. The gift. At first, it seemed like a simple token, perhaps merchandise, a keepsake, or a spontaneous gesture of appreciation. But as clearer footage surfaced, fans noticed something different. The way Jimin handed it over, the careful wrapping, the brief eye contact, it suggested intention. Backstage, sources close to the production hinted that even staff members were caught off guard. The moment hadn't been scheduled, rehearsed, or coordinated. It wasn't part of the show's structure. And yet, it fit perfectly within the identity BTS has built over the years. Authenticity over perfection, connection over control. that identity didn't come from one member alone. It was shaped collectively. RM, as the group's leader, has long emphasized sincerity in every interaction, often speaking about the responsibility BTS carries as global artists. J-Hope's energy has always been about lifting people up, turning even the largest stages into spaces of joy. Jimin brings emotional vulnerability into performances, allowing fans to feel seen. V offers a quiet depth, often communicating more through expression than words. Jungkook represents dedication and growth, constantly refining his craft while staying grounded. SUGA delivers honesty, often addressing reality with a calm, unfiltered tone. And Jimin, he bridges it all with warmth. What happened in that moment reflected all of them. As more angles of the interaction surfaced, fans began noticing subtle reactions that hadn't been obvious in real time. When Jimin stepped off the stage, RM shifted slightly forward, as if instinctively ready to support whatever unfolded. J-Hope's immediate smile wasn't just excitement, it was recognition. Jimin clasped his hands briefly, almost like he understood the weight of what was happening. V tilted his head, focused, absorbing the scene. Jungkook's gaze followed Jimin the entire time, steady and attentive. SUGA remained composed, but his eyes didn't leave the moment. These weren't separate reactions. They were synchronized in feeling. That's what made the moment resonate even more. It wasn't isolated. It was supported silently by all seven. Meanwhile, attention returned to the couple themselves. Online communities quickly worked to identify them, not in a way that crossed boundaries, but in an effort to understand their story. Within hours, a clearer picture emerged. They weren't celebrities, influencers, or public figures. They were longtime fans who had discovered BTS through their children years ago, eventually becoming dedicated supporters in their own right. They had followed multiple tours, traveled across cities, and consistently chosen to be present, not for attention, but for experience. And that detail changed everything. Because suddenly, the moment wasn't just about what Jimin did. It was about what they represented, a different generation of fans, a quieter kind of loyalty, one that doesn't always trend, but always endures. That realization expanded the impact beyond the fandom itself. Media analysts began pointing out how rare it is for global acts to maintain this level of personal awareness. In most large-scale productions, interaction is carefully managed. Risk is minimized. Spontaneity is limited. But BTS, and particularly moments like this, operate differently. They allow space for the unexpected. And sometimes, that space creates something bigger than the show. As discussions continued, one question kept resurfacing, not as speculation, but as reflection. How many moments like this go unnoticed? Because for every viral interaction, there are countless smaller ones, glances, smiles, brief acknowledgements that never reach a camera but still matter deeply to the people experiencing them. Jin's gesture brought that reality into focus. It reminded fans that connection isn't always loud. Sometimes it's quiet, deliberate, and easy to miss unless you're paying attention. And on that night, Jimin was paying attention.